Once a valiant soldier of Lordaeron, Thassarian embarked on a chilling quest with Arthas to Northrend during the Third War, ultimately unraveling a tale of betrayal, sacrifice, and enduring camaraderie. His encounter with Frostmourne Cavern embarked the tragic turn of events, leading to his untimely demise and rebirth as a Death Knight. Before the Scourge cast its chilling shadow, Thassarian led a simple life as a farm boy under the guidance of his father, a farmer and soldier. The invaluable lesson imparted by his father echoed throughout his existence. If soldiers don't follow orders, defeat is sure to follow. When tragedy struck and his father fell, presumably to the orcs during the Second War, Thassarian became the man of the house and watched over the farm, his mother Vivienne, and his sister Larissa. As rumors of the plague spread, Thassarian became the vigilant protector of his home, keeping watch through the night while his sister Larissa dismissed the threat as mere gossip. Eventually, fueled by a desire to fulfill his father's legacy, Thassarian enlisted in a nearby barracks, training under family friend William Allerton and the seasoned Sergeant Yaval. His determination for success led him into a melee competition where promotion was promised for the victor, and he wanted that promotion badly. After overcoming 3 opponents, a dagger narrowly missed Thassarian's head in the final round. Though denied the promotion, Sergeant Yaval reminded him of the pride in being a skilled soldier who wins battles, wisdom echoing his father's teachings. The plot thickened when Prince Arthas urgently called for all available soldiers to join him in a hunt. Thassarian accepted the call, aware this might be the last time he'd see his family. The narrative painted a poignant picture of a young farm boy evolving into a soldier, fueled by the wisdom of his father and the love of his family. Before he set off to Northrend with Arthas, his mother Vivienne gave him an amulet that belonged to his father as a blessing, a heartfelt blessing for the challenging path he had chosen. But sadly, that wouldn't be enough to protect Thassarian from his fate. Within Frostmourne Cavern, he found Falric, who was a member of the King's Guard and served as the right-hand man of Prince Arthas. He had already been converted into a Death Knight by Arthas. Falric slayed Thassarian, and then Arthas raised him as a Death Knight, serving as a lieutenant to Arthas. He returned to Lordaeron with Arthas, where he was compelled to commit unspeakable acts, including the heartbreaking slaying of his own mother. She pleaded with him to not do it, but he couldn't resist and obeyed his master's commands, striking her down where she stood. After killing her, he tossed the amulet that she had given him, which was retrieved by William Allerton, who was a family friend and had a crush on Thassarian's sister. This gruesome chapter clung to him, a saddening reminder of the humanity slipping away. The narrative unfolded further amidst the conflict in Quothalas, where Thassarian's encounter with High Elves, Koltira and Koltira revealed glimpses of compassion amid the chaos. His pivotal choice to spare Koltira, influenced by the memory of his mother, showcased a fragile thread of humanity in the face of darkness. Later on, Koltira confronted and questioned Thassarian about him not killing Koltira, in an attempt to bring his humanity back. But this attempt failed, and Thassarian ended up killing Koltira, who was raised into undeath by another Death Knight. Despite this incident, they have developed a friendship that lasts to this day. As the years passed, the Lich King's orders thrust Thassarian into a dire battle at Light's Hope Chapel, where many family members of the Death Knights were buried, where familial bonds and spirits intervened. Convinced by his father's spirit, Killoran, to stand down, Thassarian played a pivotal role in the Declaration of Independence for the Knights of the Ebon Blade. His journey led him to Stormwind, forging alliances and restoring hope as the Knights found acceptance within the folds of the Alliance under the leadership of King Varian Wrynn. His next adventure would see him embarking on an extraordinary journey with the Alliance, which led him to the icy realms of Northrend. Enlisting with the Valiance expedition, he rose through the ranks to become the leader of Unit S, a group entrusted with a perilous mission against the Lich King. As they marched towards the ominous Wailing Ziggurat, the narrative took a dark turn. Unleashing Scourge technology against their common enemy, the expedition faced unexpected adversaries, ferocious beasts threatening their very survival. Amidst the chaos, Thassarian raised a skeletal warrior named Lurid to aid in the battle. The plot thickened as suspicions arose. Was their mission a noble cause, or were they unwittingly walking into a trap? The revelation that a spy from the Cult of the Damned lurked within Unit S added a layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. Only 2 survived the treacherous encounter, Thassarian and his skeletal companion Lurid. In the climax of his expedition to uncover the mysterious cult in Borean Tundra, a startling revelation awaited Thassarian. The seemingly trustworthy Counselor Talbot was unmasked as none other than Prince Valinar. The plot thickened atop Naxanar, where Thassarian stumbled upon a shocking scene, a confrontation between Valinar and the eerie projection of the Lich King. The stakes were high as Valinar was going to turn over General Arlos and Larissa to the menacing figure. A fierce battle ensued, with Thassarian pitted against the deceptive prince. In a display of skill and determination, Thassarian emerged victorious, rescuing his sister and the general. As the dust settled, a heartfelt farewell was exchanged with his sister, accompanied by a solemn promise to return once his mission reached its conclusion. In the aftermath, the story transitioned to Thassarian's relentless pursuit of justice in Icecrown Citadel. Armed with intricate knowledge of the Scourge, his quest involved dispatching soldiers to gather intelligence, neutralizing plague cauldrons, and eliminating key Scourge figures. Collaborating with Koltira Deathweaver, their combined efforts shattered the seemingly impenetrable gates made of Saronite, enabling the Alliance and Horde to invade the heart of the Scourge's power. The climax unfolded in the Cathedral of Darkness, where Thassarian, alongside Koltira and their Ebon Blade brethren, faced the malevolent Arthas Menethil. Their timely intervention relieved the surrounded Argent Crusaders, and the showdown against Lich King commenced. Despite Tyrion's destruction of the Lich King's heart, Thassarian grappled with the decision to let the weakened adversary live. But there was no time to finish off Arthas, as he was casting a spell that would kill all in the room, so they had to leave then or die, and it was better to live today to take on Lich King later. Amidst victories and regrets, the saga of Thassarian and Northrend painted a vivid picture of heroism, betrayal, and the enduring struggle against the ever-looming shadow of the Lich King. In the struggle for Anderhall's fate, Anderhall is where the plague was initially distributed from. Thassarian leads the Alliance, claiming the west, while Koltira Deathweaver and the Forsaken hold the east. Amid the battle for Anderhall, Alliance heroes at Thassarian's command confront the lingering Scourge menace. After defeating the undead leaders, a truce emerges between Thassarian and Koltira. Yet peace is short-lived. Sometime later, human farmers formed a militia and launched a sneak attack on Koltira's Forsaken forces. With his hand forced by their action, he resumed the war with the Forsaken. With victory almost in Alliance's grasp, the Forsaken started raising the dead using the Valkyr. The Alliance was forced to retreat due to being overwhelmed. Everyone retreats to Chillwind Camp, but in the chaos, Thassarian left behind his loyal minion Lurid, who meets a tragic end. It is unknown why he didn't resurrect Lurid, but the best guess is that with the battle going on, there was no time to run back and resurrect him. The Battle of Anderhall concludes, but Thassarian's quest for answers propels him to Tyr's Fall Glades. There, he sets out to unravel the mysteries surrounding Koltira, venturing into the unknown to confront Sylvanas and unveil the fate of his friend. Now in Legion, Thassarian embarks on a unique quest, joining forces with the Deathlord, or the player character, to assemble the new Four Horsemen. Their journey took them to Durotar, where Nazgrim is resurrected with a summons to battle. In Stromgarde, a confrontation unfolded with remnants of the Witherbark tribe, revealing a resilient Galen Trollbane determined to defend his kingdom. Faced with treachery and accusations, Thassarian, losing his patience, urges the Dreadlord to use a family heirloom to open a tomb. Raising Galen's father Thor's Trollbane stirred a haunting revelation of loss and destruction. Despite the ruins of Stromgarde, Thassarian conveyed a message of hope, insisting that Azeroth still held a chance for redemption. The Scarlet Monastery became the stage for the resurrection of the Third Horseman, High Inquisitor Whitemane. Thassarian believed in her potential atonement, acknowledging the high price to be paid, yet resolved to face it alongside his allies. The narrative took a turn during the Battle for the Exodar, where Thassarian and Nazgrim clashed with High General Rakish. Doubts crept in as Thassarian questioned Nazgrim's strategy, especially when the orc insisted on pausing repeatedly to cast a powerful spell against each individual demon invader. The journey unfolded with a mix of intricate alliances, personal sacrifices, and the ever-present struggle for redemption in the face of adversity. Eventually, the Fourth Horseman would turn out to be Darian Mograine, after the Deathlord and him would go to try and resurrect Tyrion Fordring, who fell during the Legion invasion, into being the Fourth Horseman. Darian got badly wounded and was brought back by Bolvar and made the leader of the Four Horsemen. In Oribos, Thassarian and Koltira gaze upon the ominous maw. Reflecting on his own journey, Thassarian shares the memory of being resurrected into Undeath after valiantly defending Lordaeron. As they stand at the precipice, he muses on the seemingly insignificant wars between the Alliance and Horde, realizing that the true horrors lie beyond the Shattered Veil. With a hint of regret, Thassarian observes that it takes a profound moment, like the revelation of the Shattered Veil, for the living citizens of the Alliance to recognize the weight of their struggles. He laments, "Such is the curse of living. They grasp the importance only when their time is at hand." The scene unfolds as a touching reminder of the fleeting nature of understanding and the profound impact of confronting realities beyond the known conflicts. Now let's talk about Koltira. In the heart of Quel'Thalas, amidst the chaos of a Scourge invasion, Koltira's destiny intertwined with that of Thassarian. Anduin, the battlefield where fate played its hand, witnessed the valiant defense led by Koltira alongside his brother Faltora and the High Elf Mariel. However, tragedy struck swiftly as Mariel fell in battle, and Faltora faced the relentless Thassarian, meeting a swift defeat. Remarkably, Koltira observed a momentary hesitation in Thassarian's actions. As Faltora attempted to escape, he met his demise at the hands of an abomination. Yet Koltira managed to evade the clutches of death. Hours later, Koltira, driven by a blend of vengeance and uncertainty, ambushed Thassarian. Recognizing the internal struggle within the Death Knight, Koltira extended an unexpected offer, a chance to break free from the Scourge's grip. Thassarian rebuffed the offer but spared Koltira's life. The following day, as the Scourge breached Silvermoon, Koltira and Thassarian resumed their duel. In a bitter twist of fate, Thassarian emerged victorious, claiming Koltira's life. From death, Koltira rose anew as a Death Knight, another pawn in the Scourge's sinister game. Surprisingly, despite their bloody history, Thassarian and Koltira found an unconventional brotherhood in their shared service under Arthas. Years passed and the Lich King commanded them to join High Lord Darien Mograin's forces, unleashing their might upon the Argent Dawn at Light's Hope Chapel. Assigned to Acheris the Ebonhold, Koltira, Thassarian, and Orbaz Bloodbane embarked on a mission to infiltrate enemy lines and gather intelligence on the mysterious Crimson Dawn. Amidst the peril, Koltira faced capture, and Thassarian, defying Scourge doctrine, risked all to secure his comrades' freedom. In the climactic battle for Light's Hope Chapel, Tirion Fordring's intervention with the Ashbringer shattered the Lich King's control, liberating the Knights of the Ebon Blade. Koltira and Thassarian, once bound by servitude, now stood at a crossroads. They parted ways, Thassarian aligning with the Alliance, while Koltira grappled with allegiance, torn between his Blood Elf kin in the Horde and the allure of the Alliance with Thassarian. Guided by Thassarian's counsel to stay with his people, Koltira pledged himself to the Horde, enlisting under Overlord Agmar at Agmar's Hammer. Yet beneath the surface of newfound belonging, shadows of pursuit loomed over Koltira's existence. Despite the parting of their ways, the bond of brotherhood endured between Koltira and Thassarian. In the quiet promise of Thassarian's willingness to aid Koltira if ever called upon, the echoes of their shared history resonated through the shifting landscapes of Azeroth. In the midst of the Lich King's reign of terror, Koltira found himself at Agmar's Hammer, the formidable Horde fortress in Dragonblight. He led strikes against local Scourge threats, determined to crush the enemy forces. Later, aboard Orgrim's Hammer, he joined the fight against the Lich King's power bases in the region, dispensing missions to undermine the undead menace. As a former minion of the Scourge, Koltira possessed valuable insights. Utilizing this knowledge, he dispatched random soldiers on daring missions to gather intelligence on the cult, procure flesh giant spines, neutralize plague cauldrons, and eliminate key Scourge figures. While collaborating with Thassarian, he and adventurers were able to take down the 3 main gates to get into the courtyard of the Citadel. From there, they had a chance to take on the Lich King in the Cathedral of Darkness, but had to retreat after destroying his heart due to Arthas casting a spell that would kill them had they stayed. In the turbulent aftermath of the Cataclysm, a fierce conflict erupted between the Alliance and the Forsaken over the strategic stronghold of Vanderhall in the Western Plaguelands. Thassarian, leading the Alliance forces, seized control of the town's western part, while Koltira, at the helm of the Horde, claimed domination over the eastern section. In the heat of the battle for Vanderhall, Koltira strategically deployed Horde heroes to eliminate lingering Scourge threats. Following the successful eradication of the undead menace, an unexpected truce emerged between Thassarian and Koltira. However, the fleeting peace was shattered when human farmers, harboring a grudge, organized a clandestine assault on Koltira's Forsaken forces. Facing the sudden aggression, Koltira valiantly defended against the Alliance onslaught and tasked the player with seeking out Lindsay Ravensun, a figure he had previously underestimated. Surprisingly, upon meeting with Ravensun, her true identity was unveiled. She was none other than the elusive Dark Lady, Sylvanas. In a strategic maneuver, she dispatched Horde agents and powerful Valkyr to overturn the tides of the battle, swiftly defeating the Alliance forces. With victory achieved, Sylvanas confronted Koltira about his truce with Thassarian, expressing dissatisfaction, labeling him as weak. A portal to the Undercity materialized, and Koltira found himself forcefully pulled through by a hooked chain. In the depths of the Undercity, Sylvanas sought to cleanse Koltira of any lingering compassion for Thassarian, molding him into a dedicated servant not just for the Horde, but specifically of Sylvanas and the Forsaken cause. During the long years of Koltira's imprisonment, the Ebon Blade tirelessly attempted negotiations with Sylvanas for his freedom, but every plea fell on deaf ears. Whether aware or not of these efforts, Koltira clung to hope, believing that his order persisted in trying to secure his release. As the ominous third invasion of the Burning Legion loomed over Azeroth, Thassarian, fueled by a personal mission, approached the new Death Lord of the Ebon Blade. His plea was straightforward: aid him in rescuing Koltira from the clutches of the Undercity. Through collaborative efforts, the Death Lord and Thassarian navigated the treacherous path, successfully liberating Koltira from the confines of the Apothecarium. Post-liberation, Koltira, preferring to keep the details of his captivity shrouded, redirected his focus to the impending invasion. Declining to dwell on the past, he expressed a desire to concentrate on the pressing challenges that lay ahead. The narrative unfolded with a blend of persistence, camaraderie, and a newfound determination to face the imminent threats on Azeroth. Later on, when Sylvanas had broken the barrier between Azeroth and the Shadowlands, him and Thassarian made it to Oribos, where they stand gazing at the Maw, talking with Thassarian about life and death, along with patrolling the area to protect it from the Mawsworn. And that's going to do it for this video, but I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about these two characters as I did. But before we end off for the day, I wanted to say that if you're going through a tough time, it is good to take a lesson from Koltira. Just as he did with not wanting to dwell on his past, you shouldn't either. Easier said than done, I know. But just remember to learn from your past, but don't live there. Learn from your mistakes and keep pushing on and be a better person. Keep it up, you're doing great. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.